summer camp where we both had gone to camp for a certain number of years, and we both went back to be counselors.
We hadn't met each other before that.
We were both representatives to the youth council from our club.
Yeah, but we had mutual friends, which was weird that we had never met each other or heard of each other.
We didn't know each other.
We didn't know each other.
But we had staff week, and there was like this big dance party, and I just remember seeing him and being like, that guy is tall.
I have a picture upstairs of us just before we met at the first meeting, and he's standing behind me. And we must have clicked during that time, but I don't remember.
I don't know, we just sort of like got along really well. We had the same sense of humor.
Yeah, it clicked.
I'd say would you say we're soulmates?
I guess. I don't know what that means.
But I do believe that there are people that you just work with really well. But that never means that it's easy. Like my grandparents, for example, like maybe they're soulmates, but that doesn't make it easy for them to figure it out. And doesn't mean that if they had broken up, then they wouldn't have found someone else.
It wasn't we're going to live happily ever after. We didn't expect that. So we just kept working at it. I think people have a strange idea that everything's going to be perfect in their lives. And they're thrown when it isn't.
First met my first boyfriend, I was 14, and I met him in Hebrew school. And she called me after my dad told her that I had a boyfriend, and she went, Carolyn, I met your grandfather in Jewish youth group, and this person met her husband in Jewish youth group when she was only 12, and this person met her husband, and I was, Grammy, I don't think that that's gonna happen. I'd never heard this, that they met when they were really young, I think 15 and 17, and they made it work long distance with letters, and Sam and I are like, we can talk face to face now on the computer.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Video chat is
Video
rather
chat.
important.
It's like a part of our relationship.
It isn't long distance. They can see each other and Skype each other and talk to each other and
No, we were really separated. No YouTube, no Facebook, no emails, and no phone because it was too expensive.
Too expensive.
In those days, long distance was expensive. Nowadays, no one ever thinks about it.
I like that you're no bullshit. You're super honest with me all the time, and I love spending time with you. Which is fun, and you're super driven, and you figure out what you want, and you go and get it. And I like that. And you're hot too, but.
The thing is that, like, I would love to spend the afternoon just being with Sam and sit on the couch and hold his hand and watch TV or get lunch with him, but then have dinner with my friends. But I can't. And I think that sometimes when I miss him or when anyone misses someone else, they overdo it and they spend all their time on Skype trying to get the same kind of life together. But you can't. Like, the reality of it is that we don't go to school together. So spending 3 hours on Skype is not the same as 3 hours with your boyfriend side by side. It's more of a waste of time, I guess. Alright, love you too.
Next again.
No, I'll do it. Alright, I love you. Bye. No. You mean that feeling, like when they're gone and then you miss them a little bit? I know that feeling.
We were
I think
separated.
we've been separated 2 weeks in the whole 8 years.
What, the 2 weeks I went to Indonesia?
The 2 weeks you went to Indonesia. That's it.
They're the best example in my life of two people that have always been in love. And they've traveled the world together and they don't hold each other back, which I always thought was really admirable.
He likes going to very strange places, and I'm stupid enough to go. We have a boat, and Norman had decided he wanted to be a sailor when we reached 50,
50, yeah. One of my
when he turned 50.
one of my contemporaries had a very similar background. Went to high school together, had a heart attack and died at 50. So I decided I wanted to do something. So I decided we would I read an article about it in the National Geographic about a boat trip someone, well, had taken up the Hudson River and out the St. Lawrence River and around the Gaspé and all that. So I bought a boat, we did it.
We went on a 3-month trip. The two of us had some of the kids come with us once in a while. And I was absolutely terrified.
When we travel, I make all the arrangements. Cindy just wants to be a passenger, doesn't want to make any arrangements. And so I get to make all the arrangements.
Today, what did we do today?
We had wine for lunch.
We always have wine for lunch,
Just a sip. Not
even if we're fighting. We drink and toast each other every day. We could be screaming at each other and we toast each other.
We've had a couple of fights where at least one of us has said things that, you think, God, I can't believe that just happened.
I don't think that a fight. I feel like.
People break up over fights?
I think people break up over the fights, but I think that there's there are more underlying things that break them up because of the fight.
It'll be hard though, and we're gonna have to figure out a couple of trips.
Yeah, it'll be a challenge.
Both Sam and I, we've talked a lot about LA and about graduating in general, but he's never said anything about I'm gonna miss you in LA just because we want to be happy, even if when we're apart.
I mean, one thing about sort of being in a relationship in college, sort of as early as we are, means that like it's important to sort of still be able to pursue what we want to pursue while still being in a relationship.
It's important to both of us to live separately. We're not trying to move in together anytime soon.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this summer I'll be living in an apartment, and Carrie, as you said, and Carrie will be living.
I will not be moving in.
Right.
I don't think there's any guarantee that being in touch with one another or not in touch with one another makes for a guarantee of a good relationship forever or not. I don't know how you can predict.
Pretty sure that the day that it's over, it'll be over, but we're not going to name that day any sooner than it comes, I don't think.
Home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Home, yes I am home. Home is when I'm alone with you.
We might have maybe skipped a couple of classes to spend time together in like a wooden hut in the middle of anyway.
In the old days, you didn't sleep together before you got married. A little different. I bet you they tried.